Rochester Mayo here tonight taking on Minneapolis North. 52-1 over the last 2 years, and the defending state champions. And if anything, they appear to be a little bit bigger and maybe a little bit better than they were a year ago. Let's get the introductions from Dick Stanford.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the St. Paul Civic Center and the Sweet 16 of the 1996 boys basketball tournament. To begin our introductions, let's meet the cheerleaders from the respective schools. First, from Minneapolis North High School, Brianna McCall, Kenyelle Taylor, Stephanie Holmes, Andrea Jennis, Kimry Taylor, Sonia Powell, and mascot Elena Johnson. And now let's meet the cheerleaders from Mayo. Brenna Alwyn, Jessica Guys, Janelle Getzinger, Lisa Heppelman, Christine Mays, and Ellie Sequin. And now let's meet the reserves from the respective schools. First, Minneapolis North. 5'11" junior guard wearing number 10, Jason Spellman. 5'9" sophomore guard number 12, Jerome Hubbard. 6'3" freshman forward number 14, Dakar Bellafield. 6'3" junior forward number 20, Terry Hinton. 6'2" senior forward number 32, Lamont Scott. 6'3" senior forward number 34, Andre Gray. 6'3" junior center number 50, Jerry Hinton. 6'6" freshman center number 40, Andrew Lemmy. And 6'3" senior center number 54, Alvarez McKendall. And now let's meet the Mayo reserves. First, 6' sophomore guard number 5, Sam Tree. 6'2" junior guard number 15, Ben Rao. 6'3" sophomore forward number 23, Matt Fritz. 6'2" junior forward number 25, Matt Schleicher. 6'2" junior forward number 33, Brad Thompson. 6'2" junior forward number 35, Mark Reese. 6'2" junior guard number 41, Adam Teese. 6'6" junior center number 43, Bob Kerr. 6'2" junior forward number 51, Josh Wright. And 6'7" senior center number 55, Adam WEISBROD. And now here are your starting lineups. At forward for North, 6'2" junior, number 44, Jamar Washington. At forward for Mayo, number 31, Martin Kuhn. For North, 6'1" senior, number 22, Kayvon Westbury. For Mayo, 6'4" junior forward, number 45, Michael Restovich. For the Polars at center, Number 52, 6 foot 4 inch sophomore center, number 452, Carrot Taylor. For Mayo at center, 6 foot 3 inch senior, number 53, Matt Greason. At guard for North, 5 foot 11 inch junior, number 30, Ozzy Lockhart. At guard for the Spartans, 5 foot 11 inch junior guard, number 13, Greg Picker. At guard for North, 5 foot 10 inch junior, number 42, Khalid El Amin. At guard for Mayo, 6 foot senior guard, number 21, Ryan Weemy. North head coach is Robin Ingram. Mayo head coach is Mark Kiefer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alvarez McKindle from Minneapolis North and Adam WEISBROD from Mayo for the sportsmanship code.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Minnesota State High School League State Basketball Tournament. We appreciate your attendance at this tournament and hope you enjoy it.
The state basketball tournament is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for the fair play and good sportsmanship among players and coaches. As athletes, we ask that spectators promote the ideals of good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our opponents and the calls of the officials. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for this game are Frank White and Dave Dennistown. And now we ask you to please stand and join in singing as the Mayo High School Band, under the direction of Tom Grand Prix, leads us in the Star-Spangled Banner.
The winner of this game will take on St. Thomas Academy tomorrow in our second game here tomorrow. Here are the key players. Michael Restovich, the marquee guy on this Rochester Mayo team, and without a doubt, the marquee player in the tournament is Khalid El Amin, just a junior, very highly regarded around the country, and I think most of you know how intensely he has been recruited, even though he's just a junior.
I mean, you look at this North team, and you even Khalid El Amin at 5'10". They're not a very big team, particularly. But as you'll see, they play a very aggressive up-tempo style. They average 80 points a game, which makes them a lot of fun to watch.
They returned 10 players from last year's state championship team. And they've added a couple of players, a couple of transfers, including a a starter, Carrick Taylor, who transferred from Minneapolis South. There's Restovich, number 45. He is to the Mayo boys team what the Miller twins have been to the Mayo girls team. Jamar Washington and Restovich in the opening tap. Picked up by Restovich. And now Khaled El-Amin leading a 2-on-3 break. Jamar Washington too strong. Rebounded by Kuhn. Greg Pickard, the point guard, owns the single-season assist record at Mayo. Restovich is so strong and powerful inside. He figures to get the ball down low an awful lot.
North looking like they're in a 1-3-1 zone here to start.
Restovich backs it out. We expect Mayo to be patient here tonight. This is Weemy. And the rebound pulled down by Carrick Taylor. Ozzie Lockhart. Tavon Westberg. Lockhart fires up a 3. 3-0 North. Boom, double team in the corner. 15-footer, very long. Restovich with the follow-up. Averaging 20 points a game. He puts Mayo on the board.
You can see the strength that he has, too, the authority that he took the ball to the basket on that offensive rebound.
Lockhart again for 3 more. Taylor guarding Restovich. Bounce pass over to Pickard. And he hits a 2. North hitting 3s, Mayo hitting 2s. Jamar Washington, such a great leaper. Got it to Taylor for 2. North out to a good start. 5:35 left in the first quarter.
Restovich, for number 45, is trying to work that high post area, but he's found himself to be in a crowd. White shirt.
Matt Greason hits his first attempt. Lane almost had it stolen by Kuhn. Lockhart with the drive. Khaled's first shot. Rebounded by Restovich. If he gets a hand on the ball, it's his. He is so strong, and you can see by looking at him, he's got great upper body strength and well-developed legs, and he's a very good jumper and has very good hands. Stepping out of bounds along the far sideline is Westbury. And we've got a timeout on the Menard scoreboard. North has a 2-point lead.
Has amazing savings for all your spring projects. Get your lawn and garden in shape with tillers from Weed Eater. This garden tiller is $249. A rear time tiller, $479. Keep your car or truck running strong with Quaker State Motor Oil. A case is $7.08 after rebate. That's just 59 cents per quart. Stock up on spring savings at Menard.
Save big money at Menards.
If your life is full of demands, get the vehicle that meets them best. Safari from GMC. With the most towing and cargo capacity in its class, it's the only way to get your show on the road. Get the ultimate in family vans. Get a Safari. GMC is a proud television broadcast sponsor of the Minnesota State High School Tournament.
KMSP Television has purchased the broadcast rights to the 1996 Minnesota State High School Basketball Tournament. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and account of this copyrighted telecast is permitted without the written authority of KMSP Television and the Minnesota State High School League.
Alameen with a steal on the inbound. Jabbar Washington lost it. Picked up by Pickard.
You really get the feel that North wants to push the tempo, push the ball up the court, and get running. Mayo probably not so anxious to get into a running match with this high-powered offensive team.
The third steal for North. Jabbar Washington lays it in from Lockhart. Lockhart, or Washington, excuse me, getting his first field goal of the game. Ben Rao in the game for Mayo. Restovich hits a three. And he's got 5 quick points.
Nothing but net. Restovich is Mayo's all-time leading scorer in Mayo history.
Over 1,200 points in his career. Taylor hits for North. And Garrett Taylor has 4 early points. Restovich with a bounce pass to the baseline, and it drops for Matt Greason. And he's got 4 points. Good pass from Restovich. Leading scorer for North is Alameen. Just under 25 points a game. He's yet to score. The Polars have 12 points. Whistle and a foul. And a push is called on Mayo. On Martin Coons. Get a look at number 31.
Well, there's Westbury's drive. And here they're calling the foul there before Restovich got the block.
Number 22, Kayvon Westbury, shooting 2.
Kayvon Westbury shooting 2.
Number 33,
Brad Thompson in for Mayo.
Westbury really the only senior on this North starting lineup also. He averages about 8 a game, but that gives you an indication of what's to come.
Yeah, they've got three juniors and a sophomore in their starting lineup, and the senior, Kayvon Westbury, who last time we saw him on television, he got the game-winning basket against Staples Motley with 3 seconds left.
I know he'll never forget that. It was an exciting state tournament last year.
North by 2 with 2:45 left in the first quarter. Coon from 12 feet.
Mayo showing nice patience and looking for the open shot against that 1-3-1 zone.
Lockhart from 10 feet. High arcing shot over Restovich, and he buried it. 8 points for Ozzie Lockhart. Wow, double team. Has the pass batted by Washington. Here's Colin Alameen. What a move. Rebounded and stolen back by Alameen. And North leads by 4.
Great second effort by Alameen to make that play happen. He's working the point on the 1-3-1 defense now. He and Lockhart taking turns out there.
Restovich for 3. Coon called for, coming in over the back. And that'll be his second foul. Martin Coon, the second leading scorer on the Mayo team. With 2 early fouls, Mark Kiefer not happy with that. 1:38 left in the first quarter, North by 4.
You know, FedEx and the Dream Team have a lot in common. They're fast, we're fast. They've got moves, we've got a few moves of our own. We both spend a lot of time in the air. They get called for traveling, we travel when we're called. They're masters at gravity-defying, slam and jam and foul line dunk. Well, okay. So they got us there. FedEx, proud sponsor of the USA Basketball Dream Team. Neat, huh?
Wow, look at this car.
Ooh, dual airbags, too.
Great interior. Look at all the room.
I like that. That's cool.
Nicely equipped. Big back seat. Now, I could drive this car. Power windows and door locks. Very spacious.
Hey, Frankie, come on. Look.
If you'd like a better look at the Accord than you got at the auto show, see your Honda dealer. Because the real show starts when you drive it. And right now, you can get 3.9% APR financing for 48 months on any model Accord.
Excuse me, could you please remove your hat?
With Janet Carvin and Dick Bramer at the St. Paul Civic Center. We had two fantastic games this afternoon. And this one's off to a good start as well. The Polars lead by 4. If you did not watch this afternoon, by the way, Mayo has turned the ball over 5 times to lead to those 6 points. We had 3 overtimes in the 2 games this afternoon. Just tremendous comebacks in our 2 afternoon games here at the Civic Center. Elamine from the free throw line. Rebounded by Taylor. And Eric Taylor has 6 here in the first quarter. And the lead is 6.
Taylor had 14 against Osseo in the section final and provides some nice inside play and offensive rebounds, too.
Weenie hits the 3. Back to a 3-point lead for the Polars.
Mayo switching into a 3-2 zone, it looks like. Something they got him in trouble last time is rebounding position, though. As you can see, that middle of the lane in key areas wide open as Jabbar Washington took advantage of it.
Got a set of springs on it, doesn't he? Great leap for Jabbar Washington with a big jump shot over the defense. He's got 4.
He plays so much bigger than 6'2".
Yes.
And I sure recall him having a great state tournament last year and being, again, one of the main reasons why North was able to win the championship.
You mentioned the Osseo game, the section final. Washington scored 27 points in that game. Mayo looking for the last shot. It'll come from Weenie. And that's the end of the first quarter. North leading most of the way. It's a 5-point lead after the first period on the Lincoln Mercury dealer scoreboard.
Dodge Dakota is #1 in resale versus Ford, Chevy, and GMC. #1 in horsepower. #1 in torque. Even #1 in towing. In fact, Dodge Dakota is ranked #1 in more categories versus any compact. So it should come as no surprise that across America, Dodge pickups are #1 in sales growth. Now get up to $3,500 off on Dodge Dakota, including $1,000 cash back.
Keith and Stephanie Brennan each opened a portfolio IRA, not just because it combines various accounts into one plan with one easy-to-read statement. They open portfolio IRAs because they can include a wide range of options from both First Bank and FBS Investment Services, which gives them the flexibility to go in whatever direction they ultimately decide to go.
At the St. Paul Civic Center, Minneapolis North leads it by 5. The only team to beat North this year was New London Spicer. They're getting set to tip off against Minnehaha Academy. Let's go to Williams Arena and Jeff Grayson.
Welcome back to Williams Arena. Jeff Grayson along with Andy Skugman getting set for our first Class A game here of the night.
I'm excited about this one, Jeffrey. 2 teams with a combined 53 victories and only 2 losses for New London Spicer and Minnehaha Academy. New London, of course, the top-ranked team all season. Minnehaha Academy comes in here #6.
Should be a great matchup. 27-1, as you said. Minnehaha Academy 26-1. We're getting set now. We're going to meet everybody involved, all the participants. And let's go to public address announcer Bob Reed.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to Williams Arena.
Before we begin this game, let's introduce the cheerleaders and the complete rosters of both of these fine teams. Starting with the visiting team, on the scoreboard this evening, a record of 26-1, the Section 4A champions, the Minnehaha Academy Redhawks. And the home team, a record of 27-1, the Section 5A champions, the New London Spicer Wildcats. First, let's meet the Minnehaha Academy cheerleaders and the mascot. Please greet Suzanne Evans, Maria Enderton, Josephine Camara, Christina Quast, Amy Strofferin, Heidi Verpe, and the mascot, Rachel Booth. The Minnehaha Academy cheerleaders and mascot. And now let's meet the New London Spicer cheerleaders. Please welcome Ami Buchtel, Heather Campo, Jennifer Caparis, Holly Reby, and Nicole White. The New London Spicer cheerleaders. Introducing now the reserves, first for the visitors from Minnehaha Academy, wearing the light-colored visitor jerseys, going numerically, starting with a 5'10" freshman guard, number 3, Peter Hamburg. .62" senior forward, number 12, Jason Kutchell. .6" junior forward, number 14, Mike VERDOORN. .59" junior guard, number 21, Troy Dalsveen. .63" junior forward, number 32, Lou Jones. .61" senior guard, number 40, Dan Olson. .63" senior center, number 44, John ALTEMEIER. .6" junior forward, number 45, Ryan Glamsrud. .59" junior guard, number 53, Mike Maruska. And a 6'1" junior center, number 55, Jamie Anderson. And now introducing the reserves for the home team, New London Spicer. Wearing the dark-colored home jerseys, starting with a 6' senior guard, number 11, David Quayle. 6' junior guard, number 13, Joe Tharaldson. 6'1" junior guard, number 15, Steve Semmler. 6'2" senior forward, number 21, Scott Jansen. 6'4" junior forward, number 23, Matt Peterson. 6'2" junior center, number 41, Mike Geselshen. 6'4" senior center, number 43, Eric Danielson. 6'2" junior forward, number 45, Dustin Sagadol. 6'2" junior forward, number 51, Ben Bigalke. 6'2" senior forward, number 53, Jeremy Sharp. And now introducing the starting lineup, alternating by team, starting with the guards for Minnehaha Academy. 6'3" sophomore, number 13, Peter Kadrowski. And for New London Spicer, 6'2" senior, number 25, Nathan Garacki. At the other guard for Minnehaha Academy, 6'3" senior, number 33, Eric Johnson. And for New London Spicer, a 6'2" senior, number 33, Matt Thompson. At center for Minnehaha Academy, 6'4" senior, number 5, Mark Johnson. For New London Spicer, 6'5" senior, number 55, Jamie Swenson. At forward for Minnehaha Academy, 5'11" junior, number 25, Brett Watson. For New London Spicer, 6'4" senior, number 31, Adam Sagadol. At the other forward for Minnehaha Academy, 6'2" senior, number 34, Justin Nosneski. And for New London Spicer, 6'6" senior, number 35, Jeff Miller. The Minnehaha Academy assistant coach, David Aldrich, and the head Red Hawks coach, Bill Carlson. For New London Spicer, the assistant coach, Jeff Tufto, and the head Wildcats coach, Bob Knutson. The officials for this game are Jim Urzar and Bill Fisher. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing one member of each team. From Minnehaha Academy, number 12, Jason Kutchell, and from New London Spicer, number 21, Scott Jansen.
Good evening and welcome to the Minnesota State School League State Basketball Tournament. We appreciate your attendance at this tournament and hope you enjoy it.
The state basketball tournament is being played under the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair play and good sportsmanship among players and coaches. As athletes, we ask that spectators promote the ideals of good sportsmanship, fair play, and respect for our opponents and the calls of the officials.
Thank you, Jason and Scott. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand as the national anthem this evening will be sung a cappella by Taylor John, an 8th grade student at Minnehaha Academy.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
John, the son of Tommy John, who is, of course, famous. There's Tommy. He does the Twins games on television, and
a lot of talent
in his day.
A lot of talent in that family. Great arm from him, obviously, and great voice from his son, Taylor. The key players in this matchup, Jeff, let's take a look at them right now. Mark Johnson from Minnehaha Academy, third in the metro area in scoring with 24 points. Jamie Swenson, 6'5" senior. These two guys will battle it out inside. Swenson averages just over 19 points a game.
Here the starting five. You see the Johnson brothers, Kodrowski, Watson, Nosneski for Minnehaha. Three guys in double figures for the Wildcats. Second are Miller, Swenson, Thompson, David Garacki. Getting set now. New London Spicer, Minnehaha Academy. New London Spicer, the home team. They are in black, trimmed in gold. Minnehaha in kind of a silver with red and white trim. Right off the bat, Swenson scores. That didn't take long. Two nothing. New London Spicer from outside. Missing is Eric Johnson. Possession arrow, and it'll stay with the Redhawks. Jeff Grayson, Andy Skugman. Sweet 16 Wednesday. And a lot more people in the house tonight here than earlier today for prime time. And off the steal is Garacki. Pulls up. Watson got a piece of it.
Watch for this game to be fast-moving. Bob Knutson, the New London Spicer coach, says, we love to run. The faster the pace of the game, the better for us.
Well, we've seen two examples of it so far. They've scored on one of them. Turnaround jumper, no. Watson can't hit. Johnson on the tip, no. Rebound, Swenson. There's that battle in the middle you were talking about. Here come the Wildcats. Alley-oop lob missed by Saginaw. Here comes Kodrowski on the rebound, and Brett Watson, pull up. Bank it home, two apiece.
Kisses it off the glass for two.
A tough jumper, too. He got his body control down. Thompson having trouble. We're going to have a foul going on Garacki off the pressure by the Redhawks. Well, the heat is on in here. It's really moving to start this one out. Nice pace.
Like we said, Bob Knutson likes to run. New London Spicer scored more than 100 points 3 times this year. That's Bill Carlson right there, the Minnehaha Academy coach. You might want to slow this pace down a little bit.
His team's 26-1. New London Spicer 27-1. This is Peter Kodrowski. They go inside to Mark Johnson. Turnaround. Saginaw got a piece of it. Johnson comes back. Just been told we're at halftime over at the Civic Center. Minneapolis North leads Rochester Mayo 37-27. There's Thompson inside to Swenson. And the foul.
Nice feed inside to Jamie Swenson for the easy two. Get a chance to convert the three.
Let's take a look at it again here, Andy.
Yeah, see, look at that. Right behind him there. Stops, pivots, goes up to the hole strong.
Swenson with all 4 of New London Spicer points. He goes for the 3-point play opportunity and a chance to give New London Spicer a 5-4 lead here. Just underway, not even 2 minutes in. Can't hit it. And here come the Redhawks up the floor. Quickly, that's Brett Watson. Goes inside to Mark Johnson. Jump hook. 4 for Johnson.
Mark Johnson, not real tall, only 6'4", but he can post up.
Redhawks by 2. Garacki thought about it. Back up top. That's Thompson. One of our first half-court possessions we've seen from outside for 3. Jeff Miller cans it.
Jeff Miller battling the flu this week. He's just, he's not at 100%, but he looked good on that shot.
Oh, this is some fun basketball in the early going. 7-6. Spicer's on the run, and it's stolen by Watson. Anticipation. And 2.
Back and forth, back and forth. I was wrong. I don't think Minnehaha Academy wants to slow it down. They want to outrun him.
for 3. Wow. 10-8. New London Spicer. Nathan cans the three. Redhawks trying to go inside. Pass to Johnson by his brother, Eric Johnson. Can't be handled. Deflection by Eric Johnson. Here's a three. Missing on that one, Jeff Miller. He cans it again. Too much again. And the New London Spicer section, you can feel them all just sit down at once. Minnehaha Academy. Oh, this is a loud place tonight. Eric Johnson on the baseline. Drives. Dishes to his brother Mark. We're tied at 10.
Yeah, we have the whole lower section of the barn filled, basically the whole lower section, except for underneath the rafters, but everybody's crowd into it.
Miller misses the three. Rebound, Justin Nosneski. Minnehaha, a chance to take the lead. Eric Johnson. Brett Watson tried to dish it to Kudrowski, and here comes Thompson. He's got a man, Miller. Missed it, but Thompson puts it in.
Jeff Miller didn't go too strong on that one. Maybe wanted to put it down a little bit, but his teammate there to follow it up.
Wildcats by 2. Hope you're enjoying the Sweet 16. Great way to start it here. Peter Kudrowski. He goes left side. He's driving. Can't hit it. Swenson and Johnson fighting for the rebound. And it'll be Mark Johnson over the back.
That's 2 on Mark Johnson, too. Better be careful with Mark Johnson out there. The Minnehaha Academy needs him out on the basketball court.
What a great start to this one. 12-10. New London Spicer on the Menard scoreboard.
The National Jeep Sale is back. Your opportunity to get a great deal on one of America's legendary adventure vehicles. Lease the award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo for just $368 a month. Or the exciting Jeep Cherokee Sport for only $259 a month with no charge air. And check out the all-new, fun-loving 97 Wrangler. But you must see your dealer now, because something this exciting will be over before you know it.
See your local Jeep and Eagle dealer.
Before your next haircut, ask yourself a few quick questions. Is your hair salon open evenings and weekends? Great Clips is. Does your hair salon clearly post their prices?
$21? Last time it was only $16.
Great Clips does. Are the stylists at your hair salon courteous and friendly? Are they professionally trained? Do they stand behind their work? If your hair salon is Great Clips, then you already know the answers. Great Clips. Guaranteed satisfaction, guaranteed style.
12-10, New London Spicer, half of their points on three-pointers. There is Jeff Miller with 1 3-pointer. He's battling the flu, but looked good on that one. Here comes Nathan Goracki. He will can the three. 2 of the 3 players New London Spicer has that have 1,000-point careers in their high school career. Jeffrey?
All righty, sir. What a great atmosphere. Williams Arena. Up-tempo basketball. Pull-up, Goracki. Front of the rim, no. Rebound, all Silver. Redhawks with a chance to tie. 3 minutes left, first quarter. And what a first quarter. Johnson and Swenson. Johnson, Mark Johnson, that is, with 2 fouls. Here's Eric. Dishes to his brother. Puts it up.
Oh, nice move. Doesn't he? Watch him control his body in there. He's, like we said before, he's only 6'4", but he's got some nice quick moves. Kind of double clutched on that one.
Yeah, here he is. Here's some of that body control.
See, look at him. He'll fake, pump, go up, double clutch it. Can't get it to go, but he does draw the foul.
Mark Johnson, 6'4" senior at the line. He can tie it if he makes this one. Got a similar move earlier, a couple minutes ago, that he put that one down inside. He's going against Jamie Swenson. And he's got 8 of the 12 points. We're tied at 12. I haven't seen too many mistakes here in this first quarter.
Not too many at all from either team. 2 very, very good ball clubs. Minnehaha Academy Bill Carlson, their coach, says that they felt the pressure of going undefeated, and once they finally lost one ball game, they could concentrate on. That happened in February, their first loss. So they're
Thompson drove and could not score. Mark Johnson, impressive start.
Yeah, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the line.
Missing on the 3, Kudrowski. It'll be a Red Hawks foul. We'll get the call. There is another timeout on the floor, and we're deadlocked in an entertaining first quarter from Williams Arena.
Over time, things have changed around here. Some got bigger, some got better, but some got it right from the start, like Banvel. After all this time, it's still the broadleaf herbicide for corn. Still the one that lasts from spike to canopy. Sure, things change. Banvel just hasn't needed to. Banvel, now more than ever, it's still the best.
The man was an animal. Jeffrey? All through lunch. There's bacon flying this way, cheese flying that way.
Hardee's introduces the ultimate bacon cheeseburger.
He didn't just eat it, he attacked it.
Sizzling bacon, melted Swiss and American cheese. It's all burger. All mine.
So what'd you do then? Took him to a chick flick. That's some burger. Tonight, shopping.
The new ultimate bacon cheeseburger from Hardee's. So what'd you have for lunch today? Enjoy the ultimate omelet biscuit at breakfast tomorrow for just 99 cents.
That is Minnehaha coach Bill Carlson. His parents unable to come to the game tonight. Their granddaughter, 10-and-a-half-month-old Maddie, wants to say hi to Grandma Joe and Grandpa Eldie. You never know what you'll get from us here, Jeffrey.
10-and-a-half-month-old Maddie.
Yes.
Wow. Extroverted already for a 10-and-a-half-month-old. All right. Tied at 12. 2:15 left first quarter. What a game. A very up-tempo, urgent pace to every possession. Red Hawks knock it away, and it'll stay Wildcat ball. As far as the atmosphere, every possession counting, it sort of feels like that Mayo-Osseo game last week. That's the most recent game here at the barn I can compare it to.
Definitely, and it's the way Bob Knutson wants it, and it looks like it's the way that Minnehaha Academy's going to play it.
Yep, you're right. Karaki misses on the 3, and we stay tied at 12. Just under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Dick Bramer and Janet Carvenden will join you from the Civic Center a little bit later. Johnson inside. Blocked by Miller. Again. Oh. Johnson just not getting the roll, but he's going to the line.
You have to like Mark Johnson. He is a tough player inside. Once again, we keep saying it over and over, but he's only 6'4", but he's going right up against Jamie Swenson. Look at him there. He does get that first one blocked, but he'll draw the foul. The free throw line counts just the same.
Yeah, points are points. Stick-to-itiveness on the part of Mark Johnson. I keep wanting to call him Marcus Johnson. So I grew up a Bucks fan watching him play, of course, former UCLA star. But this is Mark Johnson, who's the star in his own right.
3 of 3 from the line for Mark Johnson. Now Mark Johnson, Jeff.
He gives his team a 2-point lead, 14-12. Minnehaha Academy. 1:45 left first quarter. This is David Quayle. Thompson outside, left side. Almost stolen. Miller to switch. Oh!
That is a nice way to work the basketball around you. It's not going to get much prettier than that.
That is motion offense. I think Bob Knutson could not, you're right, have diagrammed it better. Tied at 14. Mark Johnson outside this time. Over to Peter Homburg. Dan Olson shoots in and out. Altemeyer, no. Everybody crashing the boards. Altemeyer overlays. Johnson. And the foul.
And who comes out of the pack with it? Mark Johnson, 6'4", 6'4". Jeff, aren't you 6'4"?
Wow. Mark Johnson, double figures already.
Third leading scorer in the metro area this year. Watch him battle inside here. Can't get that shot to go. Mark Johnson up and back up. The basket and the foul. Back on the line for Mark Johnson.
He's done that move about 3 times already. Three-point play. It's a three-point game. Substitutions. Adam Saginaw in for New London Spicer. Mark Johnson gets a rest for the final minute of the first quarter, and what a quarter. 11 of his team's 17 points. 3-point lead for the Red Hawks. Here comes Thompson up the court. Calling a play. There's your time left in the quarter. Quayle to Swenson. He's tied up, but he shoots it. Rims off. With authority, Kudrowski pulls it down, and he's fouled. It's a foul. It looks like it'll be on Saginaw. Adam Saginaw. I should realize with some of these brother combinations, I should say the first name.
That might help our viewers out there somewhere. They'd appreciate it, I think, Jeff.
Adams first. 17-14. Minnehaha Academy leads, coming up on 30 seconds left in the quarter. Peter Homburg tied up. And he walks.
Ooh, full court pressure by, or half court pressure by the Wildcats. It's what they wanted to do. They thrive on turnovers.
Well, it's an up-tempo game, that's for sure. Here comes Thompson. Guarded by Kudrowski. Interesting story about Peter Kudrowski. We'll relate that one to you as we go on. Thompson beyond the arc. Watch the motion. We saw a few possessions back. Swenson score off the half-court set. Here's Thompson over to Quayle. Back to Swenson.
Worked it around nicely. Worked it around nicely. Jamie Swenson with the easy 2, only down by 1.
What an entertaining first quarter. This place is rocking, and New London Spicer gets the basket at the end of the quarter, but they trail by 1.
The all-new Plymouth Voyager has easy-out roller seats that you can't get on any other minivan, and an exclusive driver's-side sliding door. In fact, Voyager not only surpasses every other minivan on the road, but with a 3-liter, 150-horsepower V6 engine, it has 36 times the cargo space of a Porsche 911 for about 1/3 of the price.
The Thompsons got their home equity installment loan from First Bank, not just because they could finance their car and deduct the interest, or get convenient ways to manage their money, or pay for the new addition to their home. They chose First Bank because the bank loaned them 100% of the equity in their home, which let them consolidate their finances and their family all at once.
For special rates and no closing costs, apply by phone today.
I'm Joey Kimball from Stillwater Area High School.
And I'm David Quill from New London Spicer High School.
We're the AAA award winners from Region 4AA
and Region 5A. The state high school tournament continues here on UPN 9.
Check it out. Moesha and Kim get their first jobs. Moesha.
Tuesday at 7 on UPN 9.
Well, welcome back. Second quarter just underway. The Clarity scoreboard. Red Hawks by 1 in a really fun game. Steele. Eric Johnson. Peter Kudrowski. Eric looking inside to his brother. And it's a foul on Jamie Swenson.
That's Swenson's first foul. Mark Johnson. Here it is again. It's an interesting call, Jeff.
We've got 2 on Swenson over here at the table. What? We'll be back with more here, including Class AA coverage in a moment.
I have 21 horses to look after and over 25 snow-covered acres to take care of.
Michelle Schuler runs a boarding stable, and she couldn't go a day without her Chevy Blazer.
A lot of people trust me with their horses. I trust the Chevy Blazer, and it's been a real asset around here.
Right now, lease a Chevy Blazer for only $2.99 a month for 30 months. A Blazer for $2.99 a month just makes good horse sense.
It's easy to see why Blazer puts the competition out to pasture.
The Chevy Truck 100,000 Mile Club. Only at your Heartland Chevrolet Geo dealer.
It's but a simple path that can show you more than you've imagined. Take you past the last fence post and give you what you thought was gone forever. To begin your Montana journey, call 800-VISIT-MT.
Welcome back to the St. Paul Civic Center. Minneapolis North has led by as many as 12. It's a 10-point lead early in the third quarter. Robin Ingram in his 8th year with North, trying to win back-to-back state championships. At the line, Ozzie Lockhart. 10 first-half points to lead North.
And really, Mayo not doing a bad job overall the first half. I think the only big difference in statistics is unbelievable field goal percentage by North was 67%. They shot 16 for 24 from the field.
Getting the ball inside and working their transition game very well. Here's Kuhn. Rebound tipped out, controlled by Lockhart. Stolen from behind by Kuhn, who's had a very frustrating game so far. Just 2 points and 3 fouls in tonight's game.
Kuhn averages over 16 a game. It would help his team if he could get a little bit more going in the offensive area. The rest of it's pretty much carrying the load for Mayo with 14 points.
At Williams Arena, Minnehaha Academy and New London Spicer tied at 18. Jabbar Washington with the lay-in.
And number 44, Jabbar Washington.
10 for Washington. And North has its largest lead. And Mark Kiefer wants to take a timeout.
Menards has the right products for your home. Save on our entire selection of door and window hardware from Right Products. Door closers are just $3.98. Storm and screen knob latches only $4.49. Get the best lock for your money with Harlock. All styles are on sale now, including passage lock sets with bright brass finish, now just $5.98. Find the best for your doors at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
People are always asking me, Leah Thompson, girl, how do you stay so doggone glamorous? So I tell them, Mall of America. It's all here, the best of New York. You like it? Ooh, Paris. Fabulous. Ooh, totally L.A. What do you think? Aruba. Aspen. Atlanta.
Did I mention Ely, Hibbing, Horsefly Falls? This is way too much fun. Hey, you want to bait my hook?
Dick Bramer and Janet Carvinen at the Civic Center. With the completion of this game, we will have completed the upper bracket of the Sweet 16 format. And some interesting possibilities down the line. Lockhart with a steal. And Lockhart with 13 points. If North wins this game, it is possible that on Friday we may have a rematch of last year's state championship game in the semifinal round. Lockhart with a reaching foul. That will send Sam Tree to the line. I beg your pardon, the foul not on Lockhart, but on Westbury. In the upper bracket, Staples-Motley will play Ricori tomorrow at noon. The winner of this game, and it appears to be North, would play St. Thomas Academy. And if North were to win that game and Staples-Motley were to beat Ricori, we'd have a rematch of last year's great championship game between North and Staples-Motley. Jabbar Washington with the rebound for the Polars. to Taylor, and now he joins Washington and Lockhart in double figures.
Well, really, North has done a great job of just looking for the good shot. Talking about the great field goal percentage, but they really have been patient. They've gotten a lot off the fast break, as you mentioned, but in the half-court situation, they've shown a lot of discipline and haven't taken bad shots at all.
In the ball game for the Spartans, number 21, Ryan Weemy, number 31, Martin Coon.
Ryan Weemy in the game for Mayo. A 9-0 run for North. And it's a 17-point lead. Washington, great dish off. Westbury misses it. Restovich rebound. A critical part of the game for Mayo. They're down by 17 with 4:35 left in the third quarter. Boom kicks it in. He is fouled. Javar Washington picking up the foul. And for Washington, his second.
What a nice baseline drive by Kuhn there, taking it strong in the basket and drawing the charge. Kuhn is one of 3 guys that was on the football team for Mayo that played second this year, along with Greason and Picker.
This looks like a Mayo team coached by Mark Kiefer that might be back again next year because their key players are juniors. Picker, their outstanding point guard, and their top 2 scorers, Kuhn and Restovich. Two free throws for Martin Kuhn. They're tied at 20 at Williams Arena. We'll take you back there momentarily. Lockhart from 8. Washington with the weak side rebound and follow-up. A dozen for Javar Washington.
North really works on defense. They hustle, they play team defense, and they make it tough to get the ball into Restovich. Restovich hasn't had that many close shots or good looks at the basket. Most of his stuff has come from outside.
16 for Restovich. All the way through out of bounds. Bounce pass intended for Carrick Taylor.
By the way, Restovich became the all-time leading scorer not only in Mayo history, he's held that title, but he also has broken a record for any Rochester school to be the all-time leading scorer in the city of Rochester, over 1,270 points.
And he did that tonight.
And he's only a junior.
Yeah. Restovich feeding the corner. In and out for Mark Reese. Khaled El-Amin the other way, too hard. Westbury. And finally controlled by Reese. And a traveling call will turn it back to the Polars.
Great defense by Ozzie Lockhart to jump in front there and cause the Mayo misstep.
Lockhart misses the 3, rebounded by Rao. Restovich almost had it stolen away, and it was tipped out of his hands by Khaled El-Amin. Robert Ingram said a couple weeks ago his team, he thought, was playing like it was tired. And he gave them a day off. They do not look tired here tonight.
That's for sure. They really are. They play well together. A lot of unselfish play.
Two and a half minutes to play in the third quarter. And the Polars again take some time off the clock. It's not really a stall because what they do is they spread the defense, and then they end up getting a very good shot out of it. Bellarmine feeding Lockhart for 3. And there you go. 16 for Ozzie Lockhart.
That's his great half-court execution.
Get a team down where they have to pursue the ball. You force them to come out and get you, and then that just opens up so many more passing lanes. Something you can do without a shot clock. We'll take a timeout with 1:50 left in the third quarter, and Mayo trailing North by 18.
You're cold and wet and ready for a change in the barometric pressure, right? Well, good news. The Toyota Spring Rush is on. If you rush into your Toyota dealer, you can save up to $1,300 on the hot-footed Tercel, or lease a Corolla, the perennial favorite, for just $189 a month. But don't wait for the mercury to rise. The Toyota Spring Rush ends soon. Brand new Toyotas, great values on Corolla and Tercel. Wow, what a rush.
From tournaments past, this great clip is brought to you by Great Clips for Hair.
With the score tied at 44 with only 10.2 seconds remaining, Staples Motley puts the ball in play looking for the last shot against Chisholm. The Cardinals' Blaine Yeager finds Eric Kelly, who steps up and hits the clutch jumper with 3.1 seconds left. Staples Motley advances to the 1995 championship game.
This great clip brought to you by Great Clips for Hair.
Minneapolis North in control here at the Civic Center. Let's see what's happening at Williams Arena.
Thanks, Dick. Jeff Grace and Andy Skoogman. Since we last left, New London Spicer has gotten the lead, Andy.
Yeah, 4-point lead they have right now. Nathan Garacki has hit a couple of three-pointers, a couple of nice jump shots to get them back into this.
He had a tough one. It was blocked in midair, and he kept his composure. Jamie Swenson, he's come up big. He's got 12.
Jamie Swenson, nice move inside. He's a big guy, but he's got some nice, quick feet, and he can go to the hole strong.
New London Spicer, a nice run to finish the half. Steal by Quayle. Behind the back pass on the save to Garacki. Losing the lob is Adam Saginaw. What a play by Quayle on the other end.
New London Spicer loves to run, but sometimes I think that kind of hurt him on that play right there. They at this point, maybe they should slow it down just a little bit.
Well, a lot of substitutions here in the final minute as Bob Knutson resting most of his starters. Pressure by the Wildcats as Minnehaha gets a 5-second count.
The momentum definitely has swung New London Spicer's way in the last 6 minutes or so here at the barn.
Well, inbounding the ball for the Wildcats is Dustin Saginaw. Number 45, he's got it, looking for someone open, and he gets it into Quayle, who thinks about it and dishes over the half-court line, so it goes right back to Minnehaha. In the game, Joe Tharaldson. And a big story in the first quarter, Mark Johnson comes back in for the Redhawks. Andy, let's see what they do here in the final 25 seconds. Johnson's been effective in the low post. Brett Watson, that's Kodrowski. This is Mark's brother, Eric Johnson. Mark for 3. Eric tipping, no. Rebound Wildcats. Final shot of the half. Stolen. Johnson for 3. Oh. So the New London Spicer comes back in the latter part of the second quarter to take the lead. What a first half.
Oh, it was a great first half of basketball. I'm trying to figure out if Minnehaha Academy has tired out a little bit. They ran and run and gunned with New London Spicer, but we'll have to see. Halftime, 30-24, New London Spicer back at the barn in a moment.
Things change through the years.
Time and progress march on. And though the land hasn't changed, how you work it has. But one thing has stood the test of time. Banvel. It's still the broadleaf herbicide for corn. For control that lasts from spike to canopy. Sure, things change. Banvel just hasn't needed to. Banvel. Now more than ever, it's still the best.
Karen Yeager's a First Bank customer. Not just because she can transfer funds by phone through Fastline, or use her Checkster card instead of writing checks, or get an account summary from the Fast Bank ATM machine. Karen's a loyal customer because only First Bank puts so many ways of handling her family's money right at her fingertips.
An 18-point lead for Minneapolis North after 3 quarters. They already have put 3 players in double figures, North has. They've been led by Ozzie Lockhart with 16, Jabbar Washington with 14, Carrick Taylor with 12. Khalid El-Amin scored 8 first-half points, and he has not scored in the second half as of yet. But likely before this game is over with, they'll have 4 starters in double figures. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive performance by the North team tonight. They've been consistent in their defensive pressure and really made it tough for Mayo to get much going. And on the offensive end have just shown such great execution in the half court and great ball control. Very few turnovers for North in the second half.
Tipped out of bounds by Picker. Jason Spellman is in the game for North at a guard spot. Bounds, North will keep it. It's been a great effort by Mayo, in particular by Michael Restovich, who scored 16 points. But for the Spartans, Restovich has been it in terms of offense. El-Amin's 3 rebounded by Taylor. Lost out of bounds. El-Amin's pass intended either for Washington or Spellman. It goes out of bounds to the Spartans.
For North, number 30, Ozzie Lockhart back in the ballgame.
Ozzie Lockhart back in for the Polars.
We haven't mentioned yet tonight, but he is the son of Osborne Lockhart, who played for the University of Minnesota and Harlem Globetrotters. I got to play against his dad.
Is that right?
Also Ray Williams in a little 2-on-2 basketball game when I was in high school. So it makes me feel old.
Martin Kuhn with his first 3-point basket. And now a recovery. El-Amin. Maybe one too many passes, but Washington will get the basket. And the free throw nonetheless. 16 for Jabbar Washington.
When El-Amin takes the ball hard to the basket like he did right there, you've got to respect his ability as an offensive player, and everybody comes to stop him. Meanwhile, he's able to dish to a lot of people, and you give the ball to Jabbar Washington in that position, it's 2 points.
Washington misses the free throw. And a foul called on Carrick Taylor.
Foul on the Polars, number 52, Carrick Taylor.
Robin Ingram has seen quite a change in Khalid El-Amin. He is a much better offensive player than he was a year ago, as evidenced by his 25-point average. Nearly stolen by Washington, and he crashed into Picker to pick up a foul. 3rd foul on Jabbar Washington. .6:32 left in the 4th quarter.
Washington, that's his 3rd personal foul, and the 15th foul on North.
Mayo coming into the game with a 17-9 mark. Boom for 3. He's got another one. 10 points now for Martin Kuhn.
Well, we saw in this afternoon's games, three-pointers can bring a team back in a hurry.
Sam Tree tipping the pass out of bounds. A timeout coming here at the Civic Center on the Jeep Eagle scoreboard. Minneapolis North leads by 14.
Dodge Ram is #1 in resale versus Ford, Chevy, and GMC. #1 in horsepower. #1 in torque. Even #1 in payload and overall power. In fact, Dodge Ram is #1 in more categories than any full-size pickup. So it should come as no surprise that across America, Dodge pickups are #1 in sales growth. Now get up to $670 in savings on the hottest truck on the road today, Dodge Ram.
You've got a big game to watch. You've got a big crowd to feed. And you've only got one bag of chips. Which is why Super America helps out in more ways than you can imagine. With row after row of munchies. Sandwiches to satisfy the hungriest crowd. And high-performance gasoline like Super America's 92 octane with Injector Guard Plus. Super America. When it comes to making you look super, we never stop.
Minneapolis North trying to win the Sweet 16 championship in back-to-back seasons. Taking an apparent step forward here tonight. They have been in control of this game from the outset. Washington double team, but he finds Lockhart. Mayo's got a gamble. Elamine, an offensive foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Well, there wasn't much contact, but Greg Picker did a nice job of reacting to the little push that he received from Elamine.
5:40 left in the game. Picker left open momentarily. 10-footer good. Greg Picker with 8 points.
His best game came against Faribault in the section finally of 15 points and 8 assists.
Lockhart misses. Westbury has a chance for a three-point play. Kayvon Westbury drawing a foul, showing some strength to get the basket. Foul called on Greason. Ben Rao into the ball game for Sam Tree.
The foul on number 53, Matt Greason, first personal, third foul on Dale. Westbury at the line will shoot 1.
Westbury with 5 points. Greason checks out.
Westbury has been so tough on the boards, especially on the offensive end. He's really sneaky and anticipating where the ball is going to come off and sneaking that inside position really helps his team out a lot.
Have you seen quicker hands than Colin Elamine?
Well, I don't know. Coco and Kelly Miller have pretty quick hands from Rochester Mayo.
But when...
No, I agree. His hands...
Oh.
I'd be scared if I had to go up against him. Because it makes it look so easy.
When you talk about quickness in basketball, you tend to think about foot quickness, but his hands are so quick. Intercepting passes, flipping the dribble away. Westbury has the miss rebounded by Restovich. Look at him run the floor. What a play by Restovich. 18 points for Michael Restovich. And he is just a junior.
He's an athlete. He's a great baseball player as well as basketball player. His dad, by the way, played both baseball and basketball at Notre Dame. He's got a brother playing baseball there right now.
Notre Dame right now, right? North has a chance here to put all 5 starters in double figures. Off the glass, Carrick Taylor, now with 14. Westbury has 6. Elamine has 8. Blocked by Westbury and fouled by Westbury.
a nice pass over to Brad Thompson.
Westbury's third foul, and going to the line will be Brad Thompson. Talked about North trying to win back-to-back state championships. Whatever works. Brad Thompson with a free throw made off the glass.
Good look at Mark Kiefer. He actually played for a Mayo team that came down to the state tournament in 1974.
Out of bounds, Mayo will get it. If North does win the championship this year, it would be the third straight championship for the Minneapolis City Conference. Remember, a couple of years ago, Washburn won the AA title, and there were still 2 titles to win. North looking very strong here tonight.
Mayo's been trying to make a run, but North just hasn't really allowed them to put anything together.
Lockhart rebounds. Trees miss. Elamine dropping it off for Taylor and gets it to curl in. 8 in each half for Carrick Taylor. Nice job by Trees. Handling a tough pass from Restovich. Tree is fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Falls on the forwards number 30, Ozzie Lockhart.
Ozzie Lockhart with the foul.
Sam Tree at the line for the Spartans, shooting 2.
You mentioned Mayo's win over Faribault to get here. Mark Kiefer compared Minneapolis North to Faribault, saying they both had very talented teams. And we didn't get a chance to see Faribault team. They were ranked 3rd in the state on the final poll. But we're getting a good look at Minneapolis North here tonight.
UPN 9's game time coverage of the Minnesota State basketball tournaments is brought to you in part by Dairy Queen, Great Clips, and your Heartland Chevrolet Geo dealers.
With over 700 Pearl Vision stores, chances are pretty good you aren't going to find Dr. Stanley Pearl visiting our Peoria store. He may not be selecting frames in Albuquerque or fitting glasses in New York, but you will find his standards there. Like in our 21-step inspection process, it ensures you get the right prescription and best quality eyewear possible. You probably won't see Dr. Pearl in every store, but you can be sure he's there.
Want a souvenir of the NCAA championship so you'll always remember the upset? No, Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme Series 1 versus Ford Taurus GL. The Supreme took charge early thanks to its more powerful engine. Then it scored big with a great list of standard features. And finished with a great lease offer that couldn't miss. No. It's your money.
I'm Abby Stachewski, and I'm from Ogilvie High School.
And I'm Willie Pung from Bram High School.
We're the AAA award winners from Region 4A.
The state high school tournament continues here on UPN 9.
We had 2 great games here at the Civic Center this afternoon. A great one tonight at Williams Arena. New London Spicer leading in the 3rd quarter, and we'll take you to Williams Arena in just a little while. Lockhart faked the 3, and the Polars again will try to draw out the Spartan defense. 3 minutes to play. Colin Elamine now in double figures with 10. That's his first field goal in the second half. Washington up ahead. Elamine back for Washington. Back to Elamine. pretty break, but the Polars didn't lose the ball. Lockhart zipped it in and got it to Taylor. 18 for Carrick Taylor.
He had both Taylor and Washington wide open there. Nice pass.
Mayo calls a timeout. We'll take a break with 2:15 left.
Dairy Queen announces the ultimate super value meal. Start with 66% more beef than a Big Mac, sizzling bacon, 2 layers of cheese, 2 fresh tomato slices, lettuce and zesty sauce. With fries and a drink, it's just $3.49. It's the DQ Homestyle Ultimate. The ultimate super value meal, just $3.49. Only at Dairy Queen. For hot eats, cool treats, think DQ.
Jim Munoz isn't a First Bank customer just because they gave him his first checking account, or the car loan that he wanted, or the school loan that he needed. Jim's a First Bank customer because they gave his dad the business loan that he needed to grow the company and hire the right talent to make it prosper.
North in control all night long against Mayo, leading by 18 late in the fourth quarter. North's only loss in the last 2 years was their loss against New London Spicer. And they're playing right now at Williams Arena. Picker missing a 3. Restovich had it slapped away on the way up. Jason Spellman in the game for North has it. His pass knocked out of bounds by Ben Rao. Inbounded to Andre Gray, another transfer player for the Polars. The transfer from Southwest High School. Picker commits a foul.
Fouls on the Spartans, number 13, Greg Picker, third personal, 4th team foul on Mayo.
Westbury and Elamine sit out now for the Polars. Lockhart tried to drop it down to Washington. Nice recovery by Washington. He was headed toward the basket. Now a reach-in foul on Mayo with 1:34 left. Ben Rao committing the foul.
What? I'm not taking it out.
Ryan Weemy into the ball game for the Spartans.
Fouls on the Spartans, number 15, Ben Rao, first personal, 15 foul.
And a foul now on Ryan Weemy. And Lockhart.
Foul on the Spartans, number 21, Ryan Weemy.
No foul, or no free throws, I should say. That's the 6th team foul on Mayo. Now Lockhart will go to the line as Weemy commits another foul.
Foul number 21, Ryan Weemy.
Mark Kiefer pretty excited, I think, about his prospects for next year. Getting to the state championship this year, as we mentioned, their key players are juniors. And it's going to be a very tough Spartan team next year.
Well, he certainly sounded happy about the opportunity to be at the state tournament. He's been coaching for 16 years. And he said, I've waited a long time for this.
Lockhart with 17 points.
It was just Mayo's misfortune that they had to run up against North in the first round.
It's a tough draw.
Very. Robert Ingram said that he thought maybe some people had forgotten about how good his team was since they had lost to New London Spicer and no longer ranked number 1, but they sure won't let you forget about them for long.
I have the feeling St. Thomas Academy has not forgotten Minneapolis North. And if they did, they're getting a refresher course tonight because they got to play him tomorrow. Restovich. 3 goes in and out. Rebounded by Washington. Khaled El-Amin. What a move. What a move.
Wow.
A dozen for El-Amin. 1 minute to play. On third try as Rao lost the rebound. This is Spellman, too far for Washington. The recruiting pressure on Khaled El-Amin has been intense, and it's intensified with every passing week. The fact that he is in the state tournament and the NCAA regional is in town, I would imagine that means that the recruiting pressure will really magnify after this weekend, particularly if he continues to play well as he has here tonight.
He, of course, had at one point verbally committed to the University of Minnesota, and apparently now wants to look at other options too, and he certainly should have many.
Well, what do you figure? There are a couple hundred head and assistant coaches, Division I coaches who are here this weekend for the regional. And technically, they cannot be here. They cannot see the game in person. This is not an open recruiting time, at least I don't believe it is. But the games obviously are on television. There is some downtime in hotel rooms. And I would imagine a lot of coaches are going to be looking at Khaled El-Amin here this weekend. He will play at least one more time on television.
Well, the things he does on the basketball court, obviously he has tremendous talent, but the kinds of moves that he makes and his sense of where everybody is, it only comes through hard work and by playing a lot of basketball.
It's a 21-point lead. Andre Gray with the steal on the lay-in. North's average margin of victory this year has been 25 points. They may get there yet tonight. Blocked by Spellman. Alvarez McKendall got a hand on the ball, and Spellman's a little slow in getting up.
Number 32 will mark Scott Benson's first personal. Number 40.
Khaled El-Amin cannot sign with anyone until next fall.
Number 35.
Spellman limps as he goes to the sideline. I think he landed on a foot as he jumped in the lane.
Right, he went up high to block that shot and came down hard.